People seem more agitated than usual. Things are bound to be tense after Claviger Aemon's death. This may not be the prettiest part of town, but it's got the grinning Balrog.
You saved my life. He would have killed me, and all for a few coins.
Think nothing of it. Any law-abiding citizen would have done the same.
Paradis is getting more dangerous by the hour.
Nothing to see here, Envoy. The situation's under control. What he thinks doesn't matter anymore. I caught this waste of life mugging a protected citizen. I just did what came naturally.
I thought all Paradisans were protected citizens.
These things happen from time to time. Inquisitor Ludwig understands. I assume you do too. Forgive me, Envoy. I spoke too freely. It won't happen again.
Easy. We don't want people thinking you'll put a curse on them. Don't get too used to the comforts of Paradis.
You're the Adiran envoy, aren't you?
Don't go starting trouble.
It has to be tonight.
Just stand there.
Why?
Come in.
I've already
Balrog's
paid off the
always
guard. Then the Claviger's housekeeper will leave the side door unlocked. I'll go in, you keep watch.
This isn't right. Stealing from a dead man? There's got to be a curse on that.
Fine, you want to stay poor? That's up to you. What's wrong with your face?
Go eavesdrop on someone else. Do you mind?
It's not polite to eavesdrop on ladies.
I don't have time for another prospect.
Mind your own business.
I don't have time for another prospect.
Just stand there. Come in. The Balrog's always open. Sit down. What do you want? If you want information, I've got it. Just a matter of what you'll pay for it. It's getting more expensive to bring produce in from Fjord. Whatever's going on, that doesn't bode well. I hear there's trouble out in Thirdborn. They're blocking the roads off, and they won't tell anybody why. There's a rumor about a valuable Pargroom stash north of here. You didn't hear that from me, though. Suit yourself. Just stand there. Come in. The Baloroc's always open. Back there.
Right up. I can tell you need more fire in your life. Or maybe more essence. Please buy something. I'm trying to prove a point. My sister, the blacksmith, she doesn't think this will work out. I say she's wrong. Why keep a dagger under your pillow when you can use a ward stone instead? See? You understand. It's not cheating, it's being prepared. Of course not. I wouldn't sell you something I thought would kill you. That's not good for business. I did that once. I had to hire a watcher to get the phantom out. I suppose I shouldn't brag about that to a potential customer. I knew you'd be back. You there. You look like you know your way around... hello. I heard what happened. I see why you'd want to protect yourself. Wait, is that star metal? Abaddon's arse, this stuff is rare. I'd love to make something with it, but I'd be afraid of ruining it. I can't think of anybody else in Paradis who could either. Who knows? Maybe there's a blacksmith in another city who can help. Well, if I were a betting girl, I'd wager one of the smiths in Solace Keep could work with it. Good luck getting inside, though. Or surviving the journey there. Probably because I made them. Or most of them, anyway. I've already been paid for them. If Walter happens to stumble onto them later, what can I do? You mean enchanted? No. A shield does its job just fine. It doesn't need to be tinkered with. Talk to my sister if you're interested in that kind of thing. She's over there. At least I don't think she's blown herself up yet. I don't know where she gets it. I'd swear she was adopted if we didn't look alike. 3 generations of hammering, and then she comes along. Guess souls are strange like that.
Envoy. Are you looking for work by chance?
A pleasure, Envoy.
I'm Aldrich, the bounty master of Paradis. If it suits your fancy, check the board for work. The dangerous kind. Some more than others. Speak to me when you've got something to turn in. Show it here. Guess you were just the one storm she couldn't survive. Good. Too many good men and women died because of that bastard. May he face Magran's fires in his next life. Be safe out there. Welcome back. Hey, someone had to take the job. Ensuring that these threats to the good people of Paradis are eliminated is my way of helping. I guess I consider it my first steps down a long road to atonement. If it suits your fancy, check the board for work. The dangerous kind. Some more than others. Speak to me when you've got something to... Apologies, friend. But that's none of your concern. I left there for a reason. And now I'm here. Be safe out... You're a brave soul, Uncle. Spiders are bad enough as is, let alone big mean bastards like Nasib. Going to take on the ogre then? Reckon he's the most dangerous bounty we've got. Be careful. Ain't many ways into that camp from what I've heard. You might want to consider trying to find one. A frontal assault would be mighty reckless.
Yeah, so close. But what's the point? It's useless without that Adra. Oh, you are a special one, you are. I thought all the godlikes were taken back, wherever they came from. Don't mean a thing by it. I'm glad to see not all the gods have abandoned us. I suppose if you say it, it must be true. After all, you're still here. Luckily, I'm trying to do work for the betterment of the world. That ought to win me some favor if the gods are watching. Very kind of you to ask. Very kind. You're the first to offer to help me in, well, ever. Sapiento di Falva, alchemist and dreamer, at your service. My latest experiment was meant to solve the scourge that has come over the local flora and fauna, but it wasn't meant to be. I expected my main reagent to be delivered today, but... Awakened Adra has already failed me. No, I have the misfortune of requiring luminous Adra for this experiment. The gentlemen who are supposed to acquire my Adra have not delivered it, and they seem to be avoiding me, as if they fear my wrath. Oh, it's very hard to find. It comes only from the Deadfire Archipelago, and when refined, can have wondrous effects. Enhanced strength and stamina, slower aging too. I've even heard it... My friends must have lied, or they got the Adra and they lost it. I don't know. I'm wondering if these people... They were running around the Paradis talking to other scholars in the area. Ganef and Remio, I believe. And then... I'd be very grateful. I know it looks like I'm crying, but it's from the act. Any luminous Adra will do, he said, as if the stuff were...
Unseen, unheard. Nothing stopping me! Guess the deer and discipline doesn't apply to pest control.
This one's mine.
Another win, but who's counting?
You died. But you're here. Gods. Am I glad to see you? I'll keep trying. But there's not much to be done for Fort Northreach.
Envoy, hello. I'm glad to see you on your feet. Kai.
Tej,
I'm surprised they let you in here.
I'm surprised you're still gainfully employed.
I didn't mean anything by it, Envoy. He's just curious company for you to keep.
Hey, somebody has to have the envoys back, because you all sure didn't.
No one expected the Envoy to get assassinated.
Exactly. Amateurs. Well,
Kai?
come on, it's funny. Tej caused a ruckus last time he was slumming it at the Bala Rock. You were trying to kill a man, if I remember right. I had to put you outside.
You threw me into the canal.
You lived.
That water's filthy. I had the runs for 3 days.
Gods, Tej. The envoy doesn't need to know that.
The fellow cheated me. I couldn't let that slide. Or he'd think we were all marks.
It was over a dice game, right? Tej here has a gambling problem.
Great. Let's air all my troubles. Is there anything else?
The bartender sleeping with your girlfriend.
You're lying.
You sure about that?
We'll talk about this later.
I'm not breaking up with her for you. Just so we're clear.
That's more than enough. Thank you. Was there anything I could help you with? Naturally, sir. How can I help you? Inquisitor Ludwine is the commander of the Steel Garrote in Paradis. Were you to ask her, she'd say she keeps the peace. But she doesn't keep it so much as prosecute it. As ruthlessly as the ambassador will let her. She's also a veteran of the Steel Garrote's campaign in the Deadfire, where she died.
She's a death guard. Well, that explains a lot.
I don't know what happened to her there, but I suppose Wodica wasn't done with her yet. Has she ever mentioned you? Except, no. Wait. The morning after the ambassador received word you'd been dispatched, I heard the Inquisitor tell her captain that an old friend would visit soon. That couldn't have been you, could it?
The envoy here has depths you would not believe.
We are living in the strangest of all possible times. Think upon your promises and die. That's the litany of the Steel Garrote, usually said right before they kill you. They're an order of paladins born and bred in Adir, though clearly they've found plenty of work beyond our borders. Their remit is simple but comprehensive. They punish all who break their oaths. In practice, that has historically meant contracts. One lord or merchant will hire the Steel Garrote to bring a duplicitous rival to justice.
Fun bunch. What are they doing in Paradis?
Since the events in the Deadfire, their operations have expanded. The Steel Garrote has always been associated with Wodica. Now they are explicitly her order. And they go wherever Wodica's priests, or Wodica herself, believes there is a need for them to go. The Living Lands are a dangerous, lawless frontier in sore need of order. Thus, they are here. Or so the Steel Garrote say. Do you think so? I've always found her inflexibility comforting. Boudica's edicts are clear. If you obey her laws, pursue justice, punish the guilty, and give fealty to the Emperor, then you have pleased her, and I aim to please. But Boudica does not trust. She demands that you declare yourself for her again and again. Her every request is a test, and her every test is an opportunity to disappoint her. I appreciate a god who makes you work for their grace. I don't want... Should you ever... Safe travel.
Envoy, is it really you? I can't believe you're alive. When they dragged you to Liviana's clinic, I assumed the worst. How do you feel? Not even death can slow you down, I see. But we'll return to the topic of your untimely demise shortly. Our first order of business is your purpose here in the Living Lands. You said you had a missive for me from the Emperor? I'm eager to see what our Emperor intends. Now, His Majesty names you a loyal servant of the Adiran Empire, and an extension of the throne's authority. Thank goodness, at least someone understands the gravity of our situation. And I can't think of anyone more suited for the job. You've seen how wild the Living Lands has become, both in nature and in politics. Sometimes I think the island has a mind of its own. No sooner had you arrived than you found yourself at the center of our troubles. Maybe that's all it is, but I'm not leaving anything to chance. This embassy has no shortage of political foes, but the Dreamscape... You've seen firsthand what it can do in nature. We can't let it reach the city. Thank you, Envoy. The island is in capable hands. Inquisitor Ludwig thinks the plague is a distraction. She's more concerned about these local rebels fighting against the Empire. They've sabotaged our work, killed our soldiers, and the final straw, attacked you out in the open. Something about a labor dispute gone wrong, I think. The Steel Garrote got involved, and it turned quite ugly.
A lot of disputes arise because people here have strong...
I won't lie to you, Envoy. Our position is tenuous. If we can't even defend ourselves, how are we to defend the Living Lands? Inquisitor Ludwine demands that someone hang for the attempt on your life. These Paradisian rebels must face justice. Ludwine goes where she likes, haunting the living lands like a